updates, links, news, and of course when we're at tournaments, tournament updates. And on Facebook, join the over 26,000 fans following us on Facebook. Click that like button. It's not a fan button anymore. It's click like and get all sorts of news updates and even funny pictures of Andy Rovat when we get a chance on Facebook.com/USA Wrestling. Here we are in the finals at 120 kilos, 62-64.5. Jeremy Johnson of the Bobcat Wrestling Club, repping Ohio University. He is in the blue. Steve Andrus of the Michigan Wrestling Club. Actually, Johnson's in the red. Andrus is in the blue. Look down at my sheet, and I see blue. I see red. I see faded neon green. Andrus wearing the old-school New Jersey Freestyle singlet, while Johnson repping his home state of Ohio in the red. Johnson, Denzel, Ohio University. Joel Greenlee in the corner. Pretty good year for the Bobcats. Tom Minkle in the corner for Andrus, who we've seen in the finals in a couple different events over the course of the year. He did finish second at the University Greco-Roman Nationals 2 weeks ago down the road in Akron. Andrus trying to push the action on the edge, and does. Gets the 1-point push out to take a 1-0 lead. Here at 264.5. That's 120 kilos. Gotta love that metric system here in international wrestling. Johnson in the semifinals beat Bubba Owens of Orange Crush. That's Oregon State's wrestling club, while Andrus took out Michael McClure of the Michigan Wrestling Club. Fifth match of the day for Johnson. Well, just the fourth for Andrus, who had an opening round bye before winning 3 straight. Also like to thank the folks at the Greater Cleveland Sports Commission and all the volunteers here at Cleveland State University, and, of course, the state of Ohio and our Ohio USA Wrestling faction. Really, really lend themselves to the event, and not a complaint can be had from the staff and those of us working the event. It's just been a real pleasure to come here to Cleveland and have such hospitality. And Andrus is going to win that first period on the push-out. But as we talk about all our sponsors, ASICS, All-American Wrestling Supply, American Airlines, Maximize Living, the Living the Dream Medal Fund, it's just been a win-win all around here, Gary Abbott. Cleveland, some people might have been questioning it as a venue, but as far as from a competition standpoint, what they have done to really put on a great show here at the Wolstein Center has been just admirable. Great job. And Andrus doing a good job as well, pushing Johnson, circling the edge, Johnson circling back in, and Gary will touch on the Cleveland topic here as soon as we finish this driving push-out underhook kind of scenario that's going on.
Now, if I remember correctly, Andrus won it in the Greco a few days ago too, right? So.
Yeah, and he was second at universities in Greco.
He's having a pretty good spring so far.
Now Johnson takes the leg, drives Andrus out of bounds, so a 1-point push out for Jeremy Johnson. Now we've got a little bit of action to touch on how great the staff and volunteers here in Cleveland have done. And this isn't just a shameless plug. This is actual straight. They've done a fantastic job. I mean, every now and then you can point and click, well, this could have been better, this could have been better. I've got no complaints.
Well, and it's 2 out of 3 weeks we've run a major event here with the same group of people that have really poured their heart into it. We were in Akron a few weeks ago. And then here in Cleveland with the Nationals and the FILA Junior Nationals. So U.S. Open was a tremendous success, and the competition was great. And we're coming back next year, and hopefully we're going to have an opportunity to even promote it more and get more people here to enjoy it. So that's also another thing. This isn't going to be your last bit of wrestling tonight. Another push out for Johnson, now a 2-0 lead. Actually 3-0 now. Yeah, this one looks like it's going to go the 3 perhaps. Of course, with the big guys, you can always get a throw in there.
And Andrus going to try to drive, and almost looked like he went for a trip there with reaching for the ankle, but now it's 3-1 with 30 to go. Andrus going to push and shove again. Underhook. And hanging on the chin to the far side.
Andrus
15 to go.
Is a good big heavyweight, but Johnson hangs right in there.
Kansas kid, actually.
Yeah, I remember him coming up through the ranks of the USA Wrestling.
Pretty deep in the heavyweight ranks there a couple years ago with the Kansas and Missouri kids just dotting the podium in Fargo at heavyweight. Now we'll go to a third period, a 3-1 period win for Johnson in the red.
You got to figure Johnson's getting some pretty good training working with Joel Greenlee, the head coach there. It's
It's one thing to be a heavyweight and come in a room and it's like, all right, who's your workout partner? A bigger heavyweight.
Joel was a tremendous wrestler. He was in that era when Bruce Baumgartner was dominating wrestling. So we had some really good wrestlers that never quite got a chance to prove to the world that they were world caliber, except for on tours. And, Joel was a great freestyler. So I'm sure he's got some tips that's making a difference for Johnson.
Pretty funny dude, too. He's always in a good mood.
Yeah, I saw him this morning, and I was buying the newspaper, and he was going to give me a ride to the arena. So it's like, we're at the gas station buying the paper, and there's Joel Greenlee offering a ride. He's just very, very positive, friendly person. And they had a good turnout of their
Johnson
kids.
In with the leg, trying to drive Andrus. And Andrus reversing direction, pushing Johnson out, going to get the 1 point with 1:19 to go.
It's like, that's important to get the first point.
It's more important to get to the last point, though.
Yeah, but you're setting the stage. If you get the second point, you make it pretty difficult for the guy to win. Obviously, 1-0 is almost a tie if you start trying to stall. But,
Pretty good turnout here also, Gary, with the FILA juniors.
Yeah, we had nice numbers, but we also had some really good quality. And we're going to look back at the statistics and the...
From what I understand, it's not confirmed, but I think the FILA junior freestyle numbers are up from last year.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of college wrestling in the Northeast, People can get...
Is Ohio the Northeast?
Well,
it's close to the Northeast.
It's not quite. It's Northeast Ohio, that's why.
Yeah, we're an hour from Pennsylvania, approximately. Mark Manning in the house. 30 to go, 1-0 lead for Andrus. Johnson needing to push the pace. 23 to go, and Johnson does push the pace. But what's going to happen? Blue is the call. Johnson drives Andrus around. Andrus actually reversed direction. Kind of came out and never stepped out, according to the officials. So that was a good degree of mat awareness for the big guy. Well, they're both big guys. I'm starting to sound like Ken Berger.
That's the difference. That could have been his point. He wins, and now it's 2-0, and it's going to be very difficult.
Slip throw on the headlock. They're going to give one from the judge. I don't think that's going to be confirmed. It's white paddled. That's not going to matter. So the champion at 120 doubling up is going to be Steve Andrus of the Michigan Wrestling Club and the Spartans of Michigan State. Doubles up as your champion. And with that, closing words from those of us here in Cleveland. It's the Wallstein Center. You have been watching themat.com all weekend. Be sure to go back through, watch some of the archive webcasts